Being nice feels safe. It feels professional. It feels mature. It feels like the right way to survive at work. You don't argue, you don't complain, you don't say no. And for a while, people praise you for it. But what most people don't realize is this: being too nice doesn't protect you. It slowly makes you invisible. This is the story of Daniel, and how kindness without boundaries almost cost him his career. Everyone said it the same way. Daniel is easy to work with. Daniel never causes problems. Daniel always understands. And Daniel took pride in that. He liked being dependable. He liked being trusted. He liked being the person people felt comfortable around. If a task needed to be done urgently, Daniel did it. If someone needed help, Daniel stayed back. If plans changed suddenly, Daniel adjusted. He told himself this was professionalism. What he didn't see yet was that easy to work with was slowly becoming easy to rely on without consideration. At first, Daniel said yes because he wanted to help. When Michael asked him to assist on a report, Daniel agreed. When Rita needed help meeting a deadline, Daniel stayed late. When Paul, his supervisor, reassigned work last minute, Daniel accepted it calmly. No complaints, no resistance. Daniel believed good work would speak for itself. But over time, "Can you help?" stopped sounding like a question. It became an expectation. And Daniel didn't notice the shift because he never pushed back. Daniel's workload quietly grew heavier. He handled his responsibilities and absorbed parts of everyone else's. He skipped breaks, postponed leave, worked through exhaustion. When friends asked why he was always tired, he laughed it off. It's just work. But deep down, he felt something else: resentment. And that confused him. He was the one saying yes. So why did he feel taken advantage of? During a review meeting, Paul praised the team. He mentioned Michael's initiative, Rita's commitment, someone else's leadership. Daniel's name wasn't mentioned, not because his work wasn't important, but because it had become invisible. He was the support system, not the highlight. After the meeting, Daniel sat quietly at his desk, replaying everything. He realized something painful. Being helpful didn't automatically make you visible. Sometimes it made you background. The request didn't stop. "Daniel, you understand, right? Just this once. You're always flexible." Those words sounded kind, but they carried weight. They made it hard to refuse, because refusing felt like betrayal. Daniel didn't want to be seen as difficult. He didn't want to disappoint anyone. So he kept absorbing pressure that was never meant to be his alone. The turning point came unexpectedly. Daniel fell ill and took 2 days off. When he returned, work had continued, smoothly. Tasks were reassigned, deadlines met, no chaos. Paul said casually, "We managed." That sentence hit harder than Daniel expected. He realized something unsettling. All his sacrifices hadn't made him indispensable. They had made his overgiving invisible. Later that week, Daniel spoke with Mrs. Adebayo, a senior colleague. He admitted quietly, "I feel drained, but I don't want to seem uncooperative." She listened carefully. Then she said something Daniel hadn't considered. Being kind doesn't mean being silent. And being professional doesn't mean being available at all times. She paused. People respect boundaries more than endless accommodation. That was the first time Daniel saw his niceness clearly. Daniel started small. He didn't become harsh. He didn't change his personality. He simply paused before agreeing. When asked to take on extra work, he asked questions. When timelines were unreasonable, he spoke up. When tasks weren't his responsibility, he clarified. Some people were surprised, a few were uncomfortable, but something else happened. Respect grew. Daniel noticed the difference quickly. Workload became more balanced. Conversations became clearer. His contributions were recognized more intentionally. People stopped assuming his availability. They started consulting him. Being nice no longer meant being overextended. It meant being dependable with limits. And for the first time in a long while, Daniel felt present, not drained. Being kind is not a weakness, but kindness without boundaries is costly. It teaches people how much access they have to you, how much you'll tolerate, how often you'll put yourself last. Workplaces don't reward silent sacrifice, they reward clarity. You don't lose respect by setting limits, you gain it. And Daniel learned this truth the hard way. You can be supportive without being exploited, professional without being invisible, kind without being consumed. Being nice isn't the problem. Being too nice without boundaries is. Protect your energy, protect your time, protect your value, because kindness should never cost you your career.